a world of wildness. When I close my eyes, now I can see it. The game drive, not a normal drive-o yet. A drive of interaction with three most feared creatures under the sun. Welcome to Murchison Fall National Park Game Drive, adrift to the largest and oldest national park in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. We set off on a 5-hour journey from Uganda's capital Kampala for 260 kilometers journey to Masindi district, where this park is partly located. It's a comfortable drive, as most roads are tarmac. In the heart of Africa, far from the cloud of massive tourism, is a land with unique national diversity. This natural literature secret is only known to the world tourism interested visitors. If you want your eyes to taste something uncommon but really natural, watch this game drive. The name of this land is Uganda, with its largest and oldest natural park. The world's secret wild garden in Uganda. As we drive through the park, the speed is restricted to 40 kilometers per hour. As we look for predators and grazers in their natural habitat, we enjoyed the sightation of savanna woodland. We meet our first most known prey in the jungle, the impala. Their congregating in a group is the only most efficient way of protecting themselves from ruthless predators.
When have a look at it, the male has got horns and the female has no horns. So that's how we differentiate. They are one of the most intelligent animals we have here, and they can sense the presence of lion. When they see the lion coming, or they smell the lion, they keep on whispering among the group to keep the one direction movement. Are you sure? Yes. The gestation period is only 8 months, and they give back one kid. Yes.
So they are
Very intelligent and clever. Yes. Thank you so much, my boss.
The world seems different when taking a drive at Murchison Falls National Park.
The lion can eat them, but only they are very intelligent. To grab them is not easy.
To grab them.
It's not easy.
Murchison Falls National Park covers more than 4,000 square kilometers. The variety of wildlife here is spectacular. These are unexploited wild habitants. One wonders why God had to hide this magnificent wildlife away. Again, another rare species of the impala family. We meet one of the species in the impala family, the most forgetful species. It memorizes nothing and forgets everything.
Are you sure?
For example, if the variety of impala is being chased by the ruthless predators, it runs so fast and all of a sudden it stops running because it has forgotten that it's being hunted. the trekking through the park can really be adventurous, sighting many wild species in their natural habitat. This is the #1 destination for tourists, for adventures. Self-game drive, you get true adventurous. The Pearl of Africa has to be your home. Uganda's game drive is ultimately an undoubtable adventure in East Africa. After an hour of scouring Murchison Falls National Park, we spot one of the big five of the jungle, the national park, the African elephant. The African Savannah elephant is the world's land animal, with adult males like this measuring 6,000 kilograms, standing up to 3 meters high. It's only males like this one that can reach their full size at 35-40 years, that's half their lifespan. With 150,000 muscles in the truck. Elephants are entirely grazers, as they can eat about 150 kilograms of food a day. They spend 3/4 of the day eating. Negotiating such corners in national parks makes you anxious because you are not sure what lies ahead. Nothing is memorable like this shared experience of the wild tour. We get a glance at these gentle giants of the jungle at a distance. On our way to track the giraffe, we held a meeting with the baboons. Baboons don't eat human beings. Remember, they only attack to defend themselves or steal food from people. These apes are omnivores and eat a diet of meat and vegetation. Despite being meat lovers, they don't view humans as food. Baboons are remarkably intelligent and through experiments have been found to decipher elements of language, understanding words in a sequence. Not to mention their highly complicated social grouping structures, deep empathy for one another, and adaptability to the developing world around them. And he takes his seat, nothing to worry about. Do not run, but stand still and do not bare your teeth, smile, or look them straight in the eyes. This will be seen as a sign of aggression and could provoke them. It is imperative that you act in a calm, non-threatening way and back away without turning around. they also have good memories. However, baboons fear snakes a lot. With so many routes in the park that seem to look alike, it's easy to get lost without moving with the park guide. As we continue exploring the wonders of nature, we meet clusters of impalas. We meet our first wilderness with impala hornless impala are the females and the males have horns. The most surreal part of being on game drive is that these animals, which are wild, ferocious, and unpredictably appear almost in a team, perhaps as a defense mechanism in the world of the jungle. Very old impalas live an isolated life, making them susceptible to predators. In the family life of impalas, the old grumpy males are fought and defeated by the young energetic male impalas, making them live an isolated life. These creatures have one of the most sophisticated hearing senses that keeps them safe from being preyed on. With this dryness, my colleague wonders how these wildlife keep surviving. He tables an idea of tracing for any nearby water source within the park. we met the warthog wild pig. The warthog is an African wild pig with a large head, warty lumps on the face, and curved teeth. Warthogs are plump, robust animals with large nostrils at the end of their nose and mouth. They have large teeth. They have minimal fur, except for a mane that goes down the spinal bone to the middle of the back. They have a tuft of hair at the end of their tails. The mission continues. We continue with these bumpy roads giving us the African massage, enjoying the calm weather with well naturally filtered natural air. And finally, we land on a prominent water source. It has clear, clean, rather very important to wild survivors. From birds to crocodiles, Fipisto, nice sky scenery forms a beauty of the water source. As you look closely, you observe island-like appearance in the middle of lake. These seems to be real island, but they look to be mobile. My colleagues goes to witness. On his way he meets the warthog not only resting, but also breastfeeding the young. The mother loves. Taking a nap is not only healthy for humans, but also wild habitants as well. It can travel 55 kilometers in an hour. Warthogs can give a sign to the other warthogs when enemies or predators are close by their tail, because when they walk, their tails hang down, but when they run the tail sticks up. It is a warning to other warthogs that an enemy is near. Warthogs use their hooves and snout to forage for tubers and roots in the dirt. Warthogs are incredibly intelligent and have come up with some specially adapted ways to get their food. Both species have tusks, but they rarely use them for digging and primarily serve defensive purposes. Due to their foraging habits and consuming large amounts of grass, leaves and flowers, desert warthogs may influence plant communities in their range. Hay are also prey items for local predators such as lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas. Warthogs kneel on their front knees to feed because they have short necks and relatively long legs. They have adapted by developing special knee pads. Warthogs allow birds, such as yellow-billed hornbills, to perch and eat parasites that live on their bodies. Why do warthogs dig their own holes? Warthogs often steal burrows from other smaller animals, such as aardvarks, rather than wasting time digging their own holes. The burrows are used as shelter to sleep safely and during the night, as well as to act as protection for their young from predators. Does a warthog eat meat? Actually, warthogs are herbivores, which means they eat vegetation, according to a DW. A warthog's diet includes roots, berries, bark, bulbs, grass, and plants. During times of scarcity, warthogs may eat meat, but they don't hunt. They munch on dead animals, worms, or bugs they find as they forage. Why are warthogs so aggressive? Warthogs are not aggressive animals and, therefore, usually pose no threat to humans. They are still wild animals, however, and humans should respect them as such. A warthog that feels threatened or cornered may attack to defend itself. Warthogs travel in groups called sounders, consisting of 1 or 2 sows and young offspring. Males usually travel alone. Boars have more prominent warts than sows. Warthogs use burrows for shelter, and when entering, the hogs back in. Although they look fierce, warthogs would rather run than fight. Warthogs are extremely adaptable and can survive long periods of time without water. In fact, they can go for several months without water in the dry season. As we continue to explore, we find remains of a buffalo skull. Well placed. So many questions in our minds on how it lost its life. Could it be due poaching? As many buffaloes are edible, or by natural processes of evolution? One thing that's imminent is that the buffalo's horns never lose their shape. Its integrity is still intact. We make a return to the water source after being tipped. What we saw were not moving islands. Looking critically at the moving islands, there is something strange. Closer. Closer and again closer. What is really moving? Is sands? They aren't it. These are heaviest semi-aquatic creatures. The hippos. The deadliest semi-aquatic animals. Why is the hippopotamus the deadliest animal? Hippos have two features that make them so deadly: their tusks and their weight. Hippos have tusks that grow from modified teeth at the front of their mouths. Their incisors, the human equivalent of front teeth, and canines, the sharp teeth at the corner of a human mouth, are modified and grow over a foot each. Generally, it's best to avoid hippos totally. If a hippo does happen to attack, The odds of living through it depend on whether you can get away or not. Sadly, if a hippo is able to grab you, the odds of escaping alive are slim. Hippos really only attack people that have entered into what they consider their territory. On land, hippos aren't generally territorial, but getting close is still a bad idea. Despite their stocky legs, an angry hippo can easily outpace a human, averaging 20 miles per hour in short bursts, whereas a human can typically only run 6 to 8 miles per hour. So we keep at a reasonable distance. As we run away from the hippo's territory, your car gets stuck. As the hippo gets closer to the shores, finally, we overcome and drive away for another adventure. Here is the most faithful bird on earth, the crested crane. We again heard a lion roaring and then advised us to swiftly drive away. Again, the giraffe. We meet the giraffes that were once called camel leopards. It may sound unreal, but it's true. When Julius Caesar in 46 BC saw the first giraffarians, thought it was a camel-leopard hybrid. They even named it Camelopardiles after a Greek word camelos and pardiles. The giraffe spots are like human fingerprints, that those spots you see are unique from each individual giraffe. So no giraffe is the same. For them to protect themselves from the predators, giraffe only sleep for only 30 minutes a day. As if this is not enough, these 30 minutes are spread throughout the day in quick naps. These are the founders of Team No Sleep. Do not forget, giraffes are the third heaviest animals in the animal world after elephants and rhinos. Reticulated giraffes are the most common in the world, characterized by coats of large polygonal, liver-colored spots. So they need to be eating every time. Unicoloured giraffes make sounds and noises. Unfortunately, they can't be heard by human ears. These are readable animals. Giraffes are not defenseless. One kick of the giraffe's life can take you to a next life. The World Giraffe Day is held on 21 June every year. Making a decision which route to take while in a park is another hard decision. The decision is here. We meet isolated waterback. It's a male given its horns, and old because of its isolation. And then our gentle comrades hear the baboons. Baboons don't eat human beings. Remember, they only attack to defend themselves or steal food from people. These apes are omnivores and eat a diet of meat and vegetation. Despite being meat lovers, they don't view humans as food. Are baboons friendly? Some of them are. And the baboons who have close bonds with females tend to live longer. Do not run, but stand still and do not bare your teeth, smile, or look them straight in the eyes. This will be seen as a sign of aggression and could provoke them. It is imperative that you act in a calm, non-threatening way and back away without turning around. What do baboons fear? Baboons have a fear of snakes. They also have good memories. Are baboons intelligent? Baboons are remarkably intelligent. As well head to the exit gate, we are advised to drive in the car convoy as an elephant had changed ahead and blocked the way. The name of this land is Uganda, with its largest and oldest natural park. The world's secret wild garden, Uganda. Murchison Falls National Park covers more than 4,000 square kilometers. The variety of wildlife here is spectacular. These are unexploited wild habitants. The world seems different after taking a drive at Murchison Falls National Park. Drop a comment which animals would like to watch in our next National Park drive.